It just happened so soon I got my hands on this Realme's latest flagship phone, the GT5 Pro, a flagship phone with Agent 3. Let me tell you the truth, some of Realme's offerings before this seem a bit cheap, but now I can clearly see that Realme is changing their brand positioning. After a week of use, I must say that the Realme GT5 Pro is truly a flagship product. The Realme GT5 Pro comes in a black box that shows champagne-colored decorative lines with a reflective finish. Opening the box, the package includes a phone, a 100-watt power adapter, a charging cable, and a case that has a leather-like texture on the back and decorative lines where the lens is located. The case is really high quality. In terms of design, it has changed quite a bit, and in my opinion, the design of the phone has become more mainstream and more in line with things people have been expecting. I got this GT5 Pro in a white leather version, officially named Bright Moon in Chinese. The leather color of the back cover is a bit close to beige, and I really like the touch of the leather and the low-key color. Meanwhile, unlike the previous GT series, the back of the Realme GT5 Pro is very restrained, with no other decorative elements on the back of the phone other than the lens module and the metal logo. If you compare the GT5 Pro with the GT5, I don't think anyone would think it's the same series. Back to the lens, the circular lens module is really a design that can't go wrong, and it's worth noting that the interior of the lens module is designed with a ray dial pattern paired with a rounded metal bezel around it. Among all phones with a round lens module, the design is actually outstanding. As for Realme's logo, many people can't understand the asymmetrical design and think it's ugly and abrupt, but if you try to think like the designer, when completing the article, people tend to sign their names in the bottom right corner. So maybe Realme does it that way. After designing the lens module, the whole phone is complete. After all, the part below Realme's logo is blank. The Realme GT5 Pro has a macro curved screen at the front, and if you compare to the Vivo X100, you can see that GT5 Pro has a fairly narrow screen bezel. And personally, I prefer a straight screen, but I still have to say that the front of the Realme GT5 Pro is quite impressive. The Realme GT5 Pro uses a metal frame, and from some angles, it looks like the phone is very thin. Since the edge is very straight, it's not as rounded as it looks in the hand, but it's still very comfortable. What surprised me the most is that Realme GT5 Pro uses a USB 3.2. In a single large file write test, the transfer speed is about 5 Gbps. Good job, Realme. The Realme GT5 Pro comes with Agent 3. In Geekbench 5, the single-core performance is the strongest among the Agent 3 phones we have tested so far. Since we got an early version, there were abnormal stats in the multi-core test, and the scores were at the low side. However, in N2 benchmark, the scores have surpassed the Xiaomi 14. Overall, the flagship SoC with the LPDDR5X and UFS 4.0 hardware combination, there's no need to worry about performance at all. In a gaming test, Realme GT5 Pro still performs very well. The frame rate fluctuation is very small. What's more surprising to me is that Realme GT5 Pro has a very strong temperature control. After 20 minutes of Genshin Impact, the surface temperature is only 45 degrees Celsius. Realme GT5 Pro has a big upgrade in the camera. First of all, the biggest improvement in hardware is of course the telephoto lens. The telephoto lens native focal length is 2.7x and supports macro shooting. In mid-range phones, a periscope lens indeed deserves a round of applause. I really like using telephoto, so I also took some samples with it. In daily life, the telephoto lens is easy to use and does not require much skill to take good photos. And in low-light environments, thanks to the telephoto 1 of 1.56-inch sensor, the image quality is very good. Since this telephoto lens supports OIS, you don't need to worry about image stability when shooting night scenes. In terms of video recording, Realme GT5 Pro supports recording 4K 60fps and 8K 24fps videos, and the telephoto supports 4K 30fps Dolby Vision HDR video. This is amazing. This phone has a customized 6.78-inch BOE screen, which is indeed excellent in terms of display effect. It is worth noting that the screen supports a maximum peak brightness of 4500 nits, but of course only achievable in a small area. In actual use, realme GT5 Pro has a maximum manual brightness of 1000 nits and an excitation brightness of 1600 nits. Realme has done a very good job of giving us the power to decide the brightness. At low brightness, it is a PWM dimming, and at medium to high brightness, it is DC-like dimming. The 5400 mAh battery kills the game, and realme GT5 Pro's battery has an excellent battery performance. On the charging side, 100-watt Super Volt charging can completely fill the battery in about 30 minutes. Not only that, the GT5 Pro also supports wireless faster charging up to 50 watts. In terms of system, realme GT5 Pro comes with a Realme UI 5 based on Android 14. There are two features I really like. First, it supports a manual setting of app refresh rates. Finally, you can enjoy high refresh rate on TikTok. Exclusive game memory is my favorite feature. It can effectively prevent the games in the background from being killed. Clearly, Realme knows exactly what we want. I can say that Realme GT5 Pro is a big change from Realme's previous offerings. The camera has been improved and the look has changed dramatically. I personally like this change. The Realme GT5 Pro has become more versatile, but Realme still maintains its tradition of delivering good hardware and experience that exceeds its price point. So this is Realme GT5 Pro. Hope you like it. I'm Will from Gizmochina. See you next time.